Good morning. Welcome to Planet Mojo. When I was cutting and assembling these greenhouse benches yesterday, I realized that I didn't cut the sawbucks for the sawhorses. So I got to get that done first thing this morning. Luckily, I have some treated lumber in the shed there. It was probably purchased for this, and I just didn't cut it. I don't know why the hell I would have some brand new treated lumber out there. But anyways, I got to pull that out here, cut it. I need 6 32-inch pieces, which hopefully I can get out of it. If not, I can wait a little while for one of the benches. I think there's enough, but possibly not. I got to get that stuff cut, and then I got to move this stuff over to the greenhouse, arrange the greenhouse a bit, clean it out, and get these set up in there before the ground turns to soup. It looks like this is solid ground, or it looks like this is wet ground, I should say, and it is a little damp, but you can stand on this right now because it was 30 degrees overnight. You can see the ice. This is nice and firm, but within a couple hours, you will be able to sink in, 3-4 inches into this stuff, and it's just as bad in the greenhouse. So I have to get moving. If I run out of time, that will end my day as far as getting this stuff done. I got plenty of other stuff that I got to do, but I really got to get moving on this. Wet blue. Okay, I gotta see what the hell is wrong with this horse. What are you doing? She keeps biting this water line, this winter water line, and trying to throw it out of her stock tank. I don't know what the heck's come over her. She's just standing there and grabbing it with her teeth and smacking it against the side of the tank. What's with you, girl? Don't want to talk about it, huh? They want to get out there into the grass. You can see they've been standing right next to the gate whenever possible, but they still have a good while to go. She's probably just angry, and she's making noise to let me know she wants to get out of here. The grass is nowhere near ready. If you let them out this early, well, you really can't let them out this early. So they have to be in here for at least another month. Okay, you stop now. Yeah, it's not in her way. I mean, it probably could be cleaned, but that's not the problem either. I think she's just having a little temper tantrum. Jeez, animals. Okay, I'm losing time. I gotta get going. I have my 6 pieces cut. I got a little bit of leftover wood in case one of these is too warped. That was the end of the batch wood, so but it should all be fine. Now I just got to get this over there, clear the stuff out of there. I'll just put it outside for now, get these set up, and I'm off to the races. I got a timer to install. I got a bunch of other stuff to get done today that's kind of out of the soup, so I better get moving. Okay, I got all my stuff over here. Hopefully I got everything I need. I should only need a couple different kind of screws. I think I got that under control. Hopefully so. Now I just got to pull everything out of here. Most of this stuff doesn't need to stay here. The stuff in bags like the vermiculite and stuff like that, I'm going to mix up a batch of soilless soil in a little while, but definitely not today. So I have no water in here yet, but we have this pile melts down the hill. It's this that, I mean, I don't know, it could be a couple weeks before this is done. This was about, well, it was near, trying to think how high that was. There's videos of it. It was, up in here somewhere. So a whole lot of water comes right underneath here. And I have a puddle right here during the day, so I got to get moving. What I'm going to do is set up 2 benches on this side and 1 on that side, I think. And well, that's about it. Let's get going. Well, I got 1 bench up and 1 sawhorse, and I ran out of sawhorses. I have all of the brackets that I need. They're over in the shed, but I ran out of legs, and for some reason it didn't dawn on me that I didn't have enough damn legs. Apparently I made my cut list wrong, and I think that wood that I just cut up for these crossbucks was probably the wood for the legs, and I just forgot completely about the crossbucks. Either way, I'm shy, I think 3 boards, and I don't have it here, so that kind of sucks. But I still got to get all of this stuff organized. It's got to go somewhere. I'm thinking, I brought that fan over here, the Cyclone. I brought that over here to try to dry this out, but I don't know if it's going to do the job. But I should just leave it here. Once the snow's gone, then it can dry out in here. And it shouldn't get too wet in here even when it rains, once the ground is thawed out and the snow is gone. But at any rate, that was a big screw up. So I'm going to get this organized. I still haven't looked at my plants yet today. I got to see if any more sprouted. Kind of hard to see in there. The fan you're hearing is the light fan, which is on all the time. So the inside of the chamber here is stable at the moment, which means it doesn't have the heater on, nor does it have the fans on. If the sun pops out, the fans will come on right away because it'll start getting too hot in here. It's kind of a delicate balance. During the day, I just unplug stuff and I lift up the sides, which was planned. I have a timer that came yesterday for the heat mats so that I can turn them off when the flats start getting too warm. And I got to get that put in today, but this really pisses me off. I don't know if I should just run to the store real quick, which is not real quick, it's 35 miles away, or if I should just keep going and wrap it up in here, but then I still would have to go tomorrow. Decisions. Yeah, it'll be nice to be able to put the plants on these, and during the day I'll be able to pull some of this stuff out, and in not too long of a time they'll be just staying on here. Some of them might need repotting real quick. I just got, I can't see it from here, I just got a big box of greenhouse pots, the black plastic pots that you get at your big box, that your plants come in at the big box stores. So some of them are going to go into the ground as plugs, some of them will be repotted. Okay, decisions. I can't leave all that stuff on here. Well, I'm going to bring back what I can, bring back the stuff I can into here, and we'll go from there. Okay, I got it set up so I can operate in here. Trying to get this to heat up and flatten out a little bit. I have 2 flats in the house that need to come out, and they're just going to go on here. They need a little bit of a cooler spring to germinate, so I'm going to try leaving them out of the hood. Let's see what we got going in there. That's super easy to do with one hand. Okay, I believe this is butterfly weed. Yep, butterfly weed, wild lupine. I had a couple that started really fast. There's one there, but the rest are taking a little more time. I gotta get some water on these today. I'm gonna water them from underneath, pull the whole tray out. That's why I need the benches, so I can pull these things out and work on them. But one bench will work. I'll have to clear the stuff off the top of there. Most of it is going to go in my dry Tupperware container, or Tupperware, whatever the hell it is. My dry container there. All of this stuff except for the legs and the fan. Can get the hell out of here. So far, no new surprises. This was just put in here yesterday, June grass. Incredibly small seeds, but not as small as the wavy hair grass, which is on the other side. I'll have to get in and thin these out, which again I need the benches for. Pull it out on the bench and take a little scissors and thin these out to, well, I'll thin them out to probably 2, and then when they get a little bigger, thin them out again. Oh, we got one right here. There we go. I've grown these before, so I know exactly what they look like. And that is a purple milkweed. This is the one that I'm not quite sure if it's still on the endangered list. Endangered, threatened, something like that. I should really look that up so that I can say it correctly once or twice before I forget again. Yeah, the Wisconsin DNR has a whole list of different categories. I got a chicken in here. I guess she can't hurt anything unless she tries jumping up into here. This is wavy hair grass, and I guess it's also called wrinkly hair grass. It's got a few common names. But these seeds, I bought them 50 seeds, and I believe it came out to 45 seeds, and I tried to get one. This took me hours to get one into each of these. There's 38, and the rest are in here, which is dry. So yeah, all of these need a little bit of water. And I don't really have like a water jug or anything out here. The heat just kicked on because it's a little too cool with the sides up. I'll just let it go, but that's pretty cool. That is this Bay Light hot and cold. If it gets below the limit, the heat will kick on. If it gets above the limit, the fans will kick in. That's really handy. I'm going to use that in the entire greenhouse at some point. Get out of here. You're messing up my audio. I'm going to have it hooked up to the Schaefer fan, which will be mounted up here as soon as I make the bracket, and then probably 2 of these little heaters. Yeah, who'd have thought a chicken would come in here and try to upstage me. Hey, you, out of here. Chicken. I think she likes this place. She's trying to kick me out as well. Okay, so this has enough water, and I think all the rest need a little bit of water, so I'm going to take care of that. Put them back in here, and it may be too warm out here by that time to close it up again, so I'll play it by ear, but I better get these watered. you can see where, oh, right along the edges here, it's actually kind of everywhere. It's starting to dampen up now, but it had dried out a good deal, especially along the edges, because this one has so many sprouted that I've left the dome off of it. So any of the ones that have a bunch of sprouts, once I take off the dome, they evaporate quite a bit faster, so they have to be watched and watered, and I'm watering them from underneath, except for the ones where there's nothing growing. I can spritz those, but the least amount of water on the leaves, the better at this point, because they can get dampening off, which is a pretty nasty fungal disease, and they get it when they're seedlings like this pretty easy. So gotta watch how much moisture they get on their leaves. So that's about it. I'll throw this one back in there, and then a little bit later on they'll all get their covers on. I've been taking the covers off during the day. I'm going to close this back up, and then this heater will go off. Yeah, this heater is on because it's still a little cool outside. The sun just popped out for the first time today, so it'll start warming it up in here once I get this door closed. But it's a little cool right now, so I'll close this up. I think I'm going to leave all the covers off until evening, which is what I've been doing. Yeah, they all have decent amount of moisture. They should all be good. I don't want things drying out, but I definitely don't want it too damp. So I have another thermostat for these heat mats, and I got to get that installed today. And what else do I have? That's probably about it. I have my heating mat thermostat here, and I went and tested the keyhole slot on the back, and the screw that fit it the best was a drywall screw. Number 8 was too big, and number 6 was on the small side. So I get this thing put in and get it hooked up to the mats, and it's got the temperature probe is on a suction cup, which is pretty interesting, and I believe it's supposed to be stuck to the side of the, it's supposed to be at the point that the heating mat is heating. You don't want to put it right on the mat, but you're trying to heat right in here in the root zone. So that's where I'm going to put it. I'll do it in here more, like right here, and that should do it. I think I'm going to need another one of these, but we'll see. I got a splitter for it, so I can do both mats. It goes up to 1,000 watts, and I don't think these mats are anywhere near 1,000 watts put together, but we'll see. All right, let's get this in. Well, I am about done here. The purple prairie clover. I didn't water the damn thing. I was getting ready, I was wrapping things up, and I pulled this stake out. It was on like this one here, and it pulled the whole plug out. It was dry as a bone, but they're doing fine. All that'll do is harden them off. But in order to water these from the bottom, these, I think this is 98 count. They're the only ones that are like that. They're shy of the bottom. You have to put a 3/4 inch board in the bottom if you want the tray to come to the top. Otherwise it hangs down like this. I have it purposefully hanging down too low right now so that it soaks up some water. But after a short while, unless you have a really lot of water in there that goes past 3/4 of an inch, it will not get water from the bottom. Just really stupid. I will never buy these again. Pretty much every other one you can water from the bottom. They all go down and rest on the little slats down there, except for this one. Yeah, really bad design. I don't like that at all. Another issue, this thing, I couldn't tell what the hell it was doing. Every time the sun came out, just the little bit of sun hitting this black pad was making it toasty warm, so I kind of thought it was working. Then, whenever the sun went away, it was getting cold, so I figured, oh, it must, the circuit must be blown. I had it on this green cord here that's been there since last year. And if I can get this open, maybe the wind will let me point to it. The cord goes into that big snowbank right there, but it doesn't come out the other side. So I don't know if it was unplugged and I just never wrapped it up last year, or maybe the plow hit it. I'm hoping the plow didn't hit it, but anyways, I ran a new cord. These are the plants that prefer it to be cooler. The sky blue aster and the pale purple coneflower, and this is a threatened species right here. Threatened or endangered, still gotta figure that one out. And I just noticed that it has one coming up, except I don't know if that is this or that, because the other day, for some reason, I put both of the tags on one of them, stacked them together, and carried it that way. And then I got there and I said, oh shit. So I don't know which is which, but I know exactly what a coneflower looks like once it starts getting its actual leaves. So I'll be able to tell them apart. No problem, but for now, that is a pale purple coneflower. So I'm thinking I'm going to just leave these as is overnight. Make sure that this heater is working. It's only going to get down to about 30 pretty much every night. Every night that it's below freezing, it's going to be about 30 or 31. It was 31 last night. So I think these are going to be just fine the way they are, just on a heating mat. That'll keep them from freezing. And it's probably going to be a bit too warm during the day because these prefer it cooler. So I'm going to need another thermostat for this one. I should have gotten 3, but you know, I always cheap it out and then regret it later. So I'm going to have to come in and unplug that every day. So the rest of this is working just fine. As soon as this one is done soaking, I got to put the wood back in there and throw it back in, and no, I got to leave the sides open until after I pick up my daughter, which is just about sunset. She has track practice, so she's at school till 6 o'clock or so. So this is working just fine. It's at 81 right now, so it should be off right now. I've seen it go through a couple cycles, so it is working. I should get this off of the heating mat. It's too small. This is, I think I said that before, but this is just whatever wavy hair grass seed was left over. I only put one in each one of these. They gave me a little shy. This is 38, and then this is like 7 seeds kind of scattered around in there. If some of these, I've heard people say that they only, on their website, somebody said that they only had 50% germination, and they say about 80. Either way, I don't have enough to fill the flat, even if these come up. If there was 50 there should be enough. Well, we'll see. So if any come up in here, this is pure vermiculite, so I can just pop it out of there and add it into here. And that will wrap today up. Everything's all nice and watered. It's nice to have these on a timer now. They're off right now, so that things don't get too hot in here during the day. Tomorrow, I'm going to get these filled. These are my thermal mass, so they will collect heat during the day and then give it off at night, and reduce the amount of heating I need to do in here at night. That'll be especially important once these are all sprouted, germinated, and they come out onto the racks. Just need a bit more heat in here for, I guess the next month or so, or maybe more. This mat here is working just fine, but I unplugged it. When I come in here and close up for the night, I'll have to remember to plug that in every night, and then I gotta come in and close this up, and that's about it. I used to have to unplug this or plug this in at night, but now it's doing it by itself, which is nice. So if you want to see the progress on this, make sure you subscribe and click on the update icon so you receive notice when I post new videos. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.